All right, just real quick, welcome to everybody. Are there any other visitors online besides Nancy Selick?
Why is this not working?
Welcome, Nancy, and thank you for being our guest tonight. And anytime you want to bring a friend, you can. We're just doing open forum until May of 2027, and then we'll figure it out after that.
Okay.
We're going to begin tonight with recognizing our volunteers, going into our connection commitments, and our big special tonight. Everybody's looked at the preview and the pre-write with our OSP, Our Stories project. After that, we will do breakout sessions. I extended the breakout sessions a little bit longer. Okay, so the breakout sessions are a little bit longer because you have two jobs in breakout sessions tonight, and that is to vote for our New Year's open house. It is a Zoom open house, the 4th or the 11th, and then after that, after the breakout, we'll have that date, and Cindy is going to tell us what's going to happen. You also have in regimental business to talk about the OSP and anything else that you decide to talk about from your regimental ladies. After that, we'll go to the hospitality. We'll come back on the screen. We'll get the feedback from the regimental reps. We'll let Cindy take it away, and then closing with the CEC update from Steve Morrow. All right, so I think a lot of people have come in. Notice we are at 59 active. We have 65 on the list. That means we have some girls not feeling well and stepped away from the volunteer role for a little bit. But vacant places, B2, G3, B4, and D4. So you don't have to wrestle them to the ground like I did H1. But if you get them, tell them how much fun that we have. Congratulations. Okay, someone is laughing. All right, and congratulations to our Black and Gold volunteers. You see the list is long because there are a lot of volunteer hours going on right now. All the leadership have been working really hard. Our Susan Luther has stepped away because of her health, but Diana McMaster's stepped back in. And then all of our company reps is because things that they are doing with their company. So congratulations. All right, so now we will go to outreach. Jean and Jenny, do you have any updates that you want to share?
All right, well, I'm happy to say we had a little quick briefing with Pete and regarding the upcoming reunion and talking about doing things with the widows. There will be one day where we can have, I think it's Sunday, he said, where we can have a little mixer with the widows. So I'm working on that and talking with Pete, and I'm happy to say we have no new widows. So that's a nice thing. And Jenny has her info on the her correspondence.
So Lynn Belcher and I worked on letters this past month, and we sent out 4. We did 3 condolence letters and 1 anniversary note. And that's it.
Jean and Jenny, everything you're doing for outreach. Did anyone see Sheila come on?
I'm on.
Oh, yay, Sheila. Sheila,
I'm on.
tell us about new swag.
Well, we have the new squall jackets in now, and we think they look pretty good. Mike has gotten his, and you can buy yours. It's heavy duty, but moderate heavy duty, and it's by Lands End. There you go.
Yeah.
And it's on the Sallyport, it's on the website, and if you want to buy one, then that would be great.
Sheila, about how long does it take to come in?
I would give it, Mike, what do you think?
I can't get it to come up on my laptop.
They said probably 3 weeks.
Okay.
About 3 weeks, because they have to order it from Lands End. It's not one of their direct vendors, so they have to wait on Lands End to sell it. It doesn't take but a few minutes to embroider it, but they have to order from the Lands End company.
Okay. Well, thank you. And Sheila, while you were talking, I pulled it up on the Greek Corner.
I see that.
Oh, great.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Does everybody else see that?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And when I send out the recording, I'll send out the link again. And if you want the link tonight, just, text me or email, I'll send it out tonight.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Sheila. Appreciate everything that you and Mike are doing for SWAG. Marianne Durso, the QOL.
The last quality of life meeting was the 21st of September. The next one will be February to March of 2026. And on the agenda in September were three items: the quality of life manual web page update by George, the SME page update with George, and then the quality of life management document for the 2027 class. On the web update page, George presented the updated class website in Sally Report, highlighting tabs, using screenshots, and he specifically zoned in on the 50th reunion page, the affiliation page, the CEC page, the ladies of the class page, and of course the quality of life page. He presented the screenshots of the subject matter expert pages, and his last page segued into, which I think is a very, very nice initiative, and that's by Andy Lamb, and it's the medical dental health update. Andy plans to present his approach by providing videos to classmates and spouses on medical topics that have interest to all and have basic information. And these subjects will include things like stroke, heart attacks, diabetes, hypertension, cancer screening, chest pain, depression, and so on. And what he would include in each of those videos, each one would be specific to a medical topic. And it would include the population that's affected, the set of causes, the risk factors, conditions and behaviors, and prevention treatment. So he will share these videos as informational videos only, and just to allow viewers to seek more information from their own specific healthcare providers. They'll become available and be presented to the class company coordinators. The ladies of the class representatives can also help share those videos. So those I think are very promising and will be very, very good. Les said that there was one SME topic that was missing, and that's legal support. So he is going to be reaching out to lawyers in the class for an SME page. Les also explained that the original goal of the Quality of Life Committee was to present the most updated version to the affiliate class of 2027. Scott Leishman is going to discuss with Les ways of gifting that to the affiliate class. So 1 January of 2026 is the goal to have all of the SME pages updated, and the SMEs will work directly with George to update them. So that was all that came from the last meeting. Next one will be February or March of 2026.
But thank you, Marianne.
You're welcome.
Okay, so the next part is about presenting our stories, or the OSP, the Our Stories Project, the ladies of the class. This has been accepted by the CEC for a go. And the materials that you have seen in the pre-read were from the leadership, that they have finished their stories, so you could really get a feel for the intent of the project, so the classmates could see what we would like to do to honor the classmates but also build a connection among ourselves as supporting our men. This is proposed to be on the front of our book, and we have the artist here that did that. Well, we want to use only our work and our writing in our story. So what is the OSP? Just some things that I presented to the guys and that we have put together as a leadership team for the purpose. It's a lasting anthology or treasured collection of stories. It'll be our voices, experience, and the resilience displayed by the ladies of 77. It also will be a gift to our families and a meaningful keepsake to potentially preserve our stories and what we were together as the ladies of the class or the 77 class as a whole. We want to strengthen the community, deepen the bonds among ourselves, share our memories, storytelling. This actually came as an idea from Lynn Belcher when we were physically sharing our stories during affirmation. We sat around and told a little bit about ourselves, and it was one of the most fun times that we've had together. And as we're walking out, Lynn Belcher said, you know, we should do this and write it. And so that was one of the instruments that started the writing of this. So it will be a lifelong connection from the ladies, a journey, a shared journey of Army wives, joys, challenges, resilience. We celebrate our enduring friendships and why it matters. We reflect our courage, commitment, and community. We walked parallel paths with the Army through our lives together. We want to share these memories and preserve a legacy that might otherwise just fade away.
Picture, I thought I saw a tree.
Our goals, to also inspire the classmates to write their bios. And I think we have inspired them somewhat in the CEC. Provide prompts and editing help. We have some things in place to help write. As we struggle to write ourselves, we were able to put some things together to help and put a supportive environment for storytelling. We actually have Mary Lou Nosco, who is very creative and very skilled about creating that writing environment for storytelling. So we have a SME among us. We want to also support classmates and writing assistance provided to the wives as a motivation for them. We also have used AI, and we'll teach you how to use that. We've had prolific writers that come to the screen with 670 words, and we want that 400 just so each person has a page. Or like me, I had a bunch of bullets and I don't write beautiful sentences. And so it helped me create something more sentimental. It also would encourage our guys to complete their TAPs and write their bios. One of the benefits, a lasting commemorative storybook, a meaningful keepsake for family, a potential model for other West Point classes, and to strengthen our bonds. The heart of the project is belonging, connection, and legacy. It's a celebration of the ladies who supported, loved, and upheld the long gray line, some for a short time and some for a very long time. But I want to also share with you, we have a dedication. And the dedication actually says everything that we wanted to say and why we are who we are. And I'll try to get through it.
You can do it.
Okay. So many of you know this story. When we started in February of 2021, the birth of the idea came from the CEC, the leadership of the classmates. And so I was called because keeping I3 together, and I have the spreadsheet up here. People even call me the spreadsheet. Some of you call me the spreadsheet. So because I know where people are. And so I got a call, and then I got another call from Pete Selleck, and he said, this idea of the ladies of the class came from the class of 52. and I would like you to interview this one lady. So you guys know me and you laughed about it before we started. I said 20-minute call. I wrote down my questions and I'm going to do it just like I do, task. So this is what happened. So we dedicate our stories to the memory of Pat Eckert, beloved wife of Colonel Retired Edward N. Eckert, USMA class of 52, and the mother of Nancy Eckert Selig, whose life and legacy continue to inspire us. Married for 61 years, Pat embodied grace, resilience, humor, and unwavering devotion, qualities that became the heartbeat of our own sisterhood. Through her story, she showed us what it means to serve beside military service, to lift one another up, to find joy and purpose in every chapter of Army life. So when I first spoke to Miss Eckert, I promised her a brief call. Actually, I said 20 minutes. I have my questions. Instead, we spent nearly 90 minutes laughing and crying together as she shared memories of her journey and the deep, enduring friendships of the ladies of 52. The conversation became the beginning of our own LOC journey.
Like I did some.
So as we have written our stories and watched our kinship grow, I have realized that we embody exactly what Miss Eckert described. Not a coffee group, not a volunteer organization, but a bond friendship that carries us through whatever we have faced, helps us celebrate each day, and steady us as we accept what is to come. Pat's spirit lives on in every story shared within these pages. The book stands not only as a tribute to our collective journey, but also to the woman whose heart, warmth, and example shaped it, the ladies of the class. Anyway, thank you. And then you have looked through the stories. You will see Jenny's story, Jean's. Jean is a hoot. She wasn't even going to date a soldier. Diana figured out how to sneak stuff in. So you have a link to Rogers Memorial at the end with her 400 words. Lynn Belcher, who said we should write our stories. And so she did. And hers is interesting too, an 18-year-old going to Fort Bliss. Nancy, who is the daughter of Pat Eckert. Nancy has finished her story and the lovely family they have. Lynn Richardson has a great story and dated her husband since 75. Cindy, she didn't want to have a boyfriend going off to college. So how Harry sweet talked her into that. Now, Sheila and I tell our story from the 8th grade. So the 3rd Reg girls have been around a while. Mary Lou Nosco, who has taught us how to write our stories, is a beautiful love story and how it took 7 years for them to get on Same Kelter. And Marianne Durso, you have to read hers too. I think, Marianne, you dated for 13 or 18 years.
36 years.
Wow.
Okay, and then at the end, we're going to have a place to sign it. But that is what the heart of the project is and where it started. Sorry about it was hard to read, but it is extremely heartfelt. Now, since the birth of the idea came from Lynn, she is one of the leaders. Marianne Durso rose to the challenge and has some great ideas also. So I turn it over to them. They are the leaders of this project. Lynn, you want to start with the first date?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay. So our launch date today, the first date for submission is from January 15th to March 15th. That is the early submission. still trying to figure out some sort of incentive to get people to go ahead and get it done. Once you get it done, it is a weight off. Pam had to push me to get mine done. But I'm glad that it is done. And then the next regular part submission is March 16th to May 1st. And then by May 31st, hopefully that is the deadline.
Thank you,
And-
Lynn.
Mhm.
And Mary Ann, you want to talk about the idea that you added about our classmates with deceased wives?
Well, I do think that there probably aren't that many of them, but I think that all of them would be very, very appreciative of being offered the opportunity to submit articles on behalf of their wives. And I think it will probably be a very healing and enlightening measure for them. I know that just writing my story, it was enlightening. It forced you to think about it, put things together. So I think it will be healing. I think it will be very, very much appreciated, maybe by them more than anybody.
Well, thank you. And both girls had the idea that we should not just have a hard copy, but also have an e-copy. Because, for instance, what if we see someone in November of 26 and said, you know, I never heard of this. It would be very easy to keep it updated in an e-copy and never leave any lady out. The people on the screen say I have a utopian and an idea. I think we could get all 400 girls. So we're not going to pressure, but say it's an opportunity. If you want to share your story, and all the ladies in your companies want to share their story, we will help you write it, or you can write it and just send it in. Our only edits, we would never change something so personal. Our only edits we have decided collectively is a spelling error. We will fix spelling. And it won't be me because I can't spell. So, but I want to thank the leadership committee. I want to thank Lynn Belcher and Marianne Durso. I want to thank the Sellicks and also Nancy for helping me with the dedication to her mother. And it's already been life-changing. So, and I shared it with the class of 68. And so they said, oh, we wrote stories, and they sent me their book. It's good, but ours is great. All right. So we are, oh my goodness, we're right on schedule. In fact, we have about 45 seconds before we need to go into breakout groups. Let's go around and let's start with fourth reg, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And first, fourth reg, tell me what date you chose in your breakout, and if there were any comments or questions or discussions to share.
Yes, so we all 6 of us could go on the 11th, 5 of us could go on the 4th.
Oh,
Okay.
Lord.
Okay,
So you're the 11th?
didn't you say the 11th and the 4th?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you
Yes, so
said,
we'll say the 11th. More of us could go on the 11th.
okay, all right.
Okay, so one of the questions was, when we write our story, who do we send our story to? And who do we send our pictures to?
I'm going to be the collector. I want you to email me, and then also CC, and I'll tell you this in an email, but that's a great
Okay,
question.
great.
Send
Okay.
it to me, and because you can send it to me in any format, and I'm not allergic to different formats because of working with students and all that. And then I will make sure that Lynn and Marianne have a list, and they're going to tell me who's sent and whatever. But I'm just going to
Okay.
collect and build.
Marianne Durso thought that it would be a good idea to have a tagline at the top of each one of ours. For example, hers is about this long dating relationship. And so once a year for 18 years. So she's going to put same time next year. You could do some little clever thing at the top that would just set yours aside, make yours special. So the tagline at the top. Our group wants to utilize this opportunity to try to open up more communications for the wives in our 4th regiment. Okay, I think that sums it up.
Okay, and the last thing you said, and if you're near a TV, just hit mute. I think the last thing you said, Mary Lou, was you hope this opens up more communication with the ladies.
Yes, in 4th regiment, yes.
Okay, that's great. And just a bit of trivia. When the ladies of 68 sent me their book, they have taglines on top of their stories, but theirs are all just stories, not bio type stories. But very, very interesting. All right, 3rd Reg, Sheila.
The 4th or the 11th, we really didn't have a preference. I can't say because of Mike if I'll be down at Texas again or what.
Okay.
So, as of right now, either date is good for me. Good for us.
Okay. So either for 3rd Reg, y'all are equal.
Yeah.
All right. Any discussion or questions?
Things going on. Yeah, we did. The Lynn Lasher, all the kids were in for Thanksgiving. So that was fun. Arlene, she's still in the wedding planning mode, and she's got her dressed, but she doesn't. What was that, Arlene? It was Courtney's still.
The first dress I got, nobody liked, so I returned it, and the second one got a thumbs up from everybody.
Okay, that was it. And your daughter Courtney is having her first fitting soon,
Yeah, her
right?
dress came in 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay, good. And Bobby, she just was in New York City, and she's gearing up for the holidays. So Bobby's always busy though. She's busy all the time. Robin, she didn't have any kids in for Thanksgiving, but I'm sure that was okay. And I spent the road driving from Texas, so we stopped at a restaurant and had Thanksgiving. Monica said she traveled from Galveston and she had a really fun Thanksgiving too. So that's about it that we talked about. That's about it, Pam.
Well, thank you, Sheila, and thanks for everything you're doing. And we're thinking about you and Mike all the time. 2nd Reg.
Well, thank you very much.
Thanks. All right, Lynn, with an E.
We decided the 11th was probably going to work the best for all of us, but either date was okay. But more people could show up on the 11th, and we were just discussing the stories and everything. But that's basically it. Girl talk.
Okay. No questions or anything like that.
No, they're just kind of in shell shock and trying to figure out. We impressed, Cindy and I are impressed that you really did AI to our stories. So don't feel intimidated that you can't write your story either, because we just submitted paperwork and you did your magic with AI and the stories came out. So we were questioning whether a lot of the other ladies would be interested, since we can't even get in touch with them. But we did think that the online storybook would be great, because once people see that there's this going on, they're going to go, well, I want to do that too. And then you can easily add to the storylines.
Right, right. And just a quick commercial about AI and writing. Our next connection series, what is it like when you use AI, and how does that transition? So and I'll send you more about that. I didn't want to take up a lot of time talking about the connection series, but I'll send you that in an email tomorrow if you want to be in the gallery. And the girls that have written their stories are going to be the interviewees. But thanks, Lynn. And First Reg. And I saved First for last because First Reg had 12 people here tonight. I know. Jenny's smiling.
Congratulations, Jenny.
I did. Yeah, I contacted everybody today and begged. Had nothing to do with it, in truth. We talked about New Year's open house, and the general consensus was the 11th worked the best. And then we went on to our story project, and Christine wanted to know, do we include with the text of our story, do you marry the pictures in there, or can you submit them separate? So
That's a great question, and I would rather receive them separately because I'm building a format. Like we have 12 stories or 11 stories now, and they all are the same format because I put the pictures in. And so it's really easier if I get a written document, I fix the font, and and people have found spelling errors after I fix the font. And then I put the pictures in. So I'm not changing anything, but I'm trying to just standardize it. So when we send it to the publisher, I have nothing to do except hit click. But thank you. Great question.
and that's it for First Reg.
Okay. Well, thank you, ladies, for everything. I really appreciate everything you're doing. I'm going to quickly turn it over to Cindy, hospitality girl.
Okay, well, you guys can all read the slide, so I don't need to read it for you. There was some question about the golfing grads, about whether it may be sold out or not. I called Dave Brooks tonight. Al Getz is actually the class person to contact, but Dave has done this for the last 10 years, so he's pretty much in touch. And he said, yes, there was a limit. The limit was 250 people could sign up. They still can sign up through tomorrow. As of this morning, 167 had signed up. 33 from the class of 77 have signed up. So if your spouse is one of the people that are interested in the golfing grads, tell them not to wait. Tell them to do it now, because Dave said it will sell out, and he really anticipates it will sell out, and even before the deadline tomorrow night. He also said his recommendation is that you come on Saturday because they do a practice round on Sunday. The actual golfing is Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Monday night, they're having a 77 class dinner. Wednesday night is the awards dinner, and then everybody leaves Thursday. Now, Dave and Sally have timeshares with Wyndham, and Dave has available some of his timeshares at a much, much reduced rate than what it will cost if you stay in the hotel. And where his timeshare place is only about 3 miles away from the hotel. So he said he already has a couple people staying at some of them. If you again think you might like to, contact Dave ASAP. So that was that on the golfing grads part of it. the rest you can read. I'm really excited. We have 14 people from the class going on the Panama Canal cruise, and I think we're going to have a great time. And we have about 8 of us actually staying for the second cruise. I was thrilled to find that out. So that should be a lot of fun. If you're near West Point, the Wreaths Across West Point is a wonderful program, and the information for that is on the slide as well. I don't have anything else. If any other company or anyone has anything else that you know is coming up, please let me know so I can get it added to the hospitality page. We had a blast at the Air Force game, and I can't wait till we do some more big things like that because it was a lot of fun. And those folks in Colorado that organized that, the Morrows and the Meckleys and the Crit, unbelievable. It was
Unbelievable.
absolutely fabulous.
Absolutely.
Yes. All right, that's
Cindy,
all I really got.
Cindy, I have a question about the Army-Navy game.
Yes.
Anyone, any plans for tailgating at Army-Navy, or is it just everybody on his own?
I did never go to Army Navy, and I have not heard from anybody that there's any kind. Pam and I were kind of talking about that today. Was there going to be some kind of meetup spot or something? I honestly, personally, don't know anything about it. I've never been to the Baltimore Stadium. I wouldn't even know where you would want to meet up, or if anybody is going and you want to try, because I'm sure we have a bunch of the classmates going. But as far as I know, nobody, Marianne, has organized any meetups that I know of.
Okay, thank you, Cindy.
You can always come to the Scott's house and watch the game. We do have a party.
I was just going to say that we were going to go. We've changed our mind, but one of the things about Baltimore is it's very difficult to arrange a tailgate because there's no one big central parking lot. It's just a kind of a different setup. So I asked John just now, and he said he's not heard of anybody who has anything specific planned for that, if that helps.
Okay, thank you, Heidi.
Thank you, Marianne and Heidi. And next up is Steve Morrow.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Hey, I just jumped into Laurel's seat here. Let me give you a quick rundown. Before I cover the most recent CEC meeting, which is what I'm supposed to do, I want to rewind slightly to 2 things that we talked about last time. And the first one, I believe it's on the screen there. Everyone was encouraged, if they wanted to send a birthday card to Lynn Calkin. Pam, go ahead and hit that. I'll just say that was successful. We got dozens of cards here, and we sent Lynn a box, and it got there before her birthday. And we didn't hear back directly from her. I wouldn't expect to, but the guy who writes her updates for the prayer requests, Andy Schober, I believe is his name. He said that she got it and she was very uplifted by it. So thank you for everyone who did that. And then the second one, we've already mentioned it. We put on a big party here in Colorado last month, and I would say, Pam, it's a success, right? Hit the button.
It's a
There we go.
huge success.
There we go. Yeah, everything went according to plan. And when something complicated and involving a lot of people comes together and goes according to plan, that's a success. And if you have fun, that's even better.
And you win.
And we won the game in the
And we
last
win.
second. Yeah, that was awesome. All right, now let's get down to business. A couple of things that I just wanted to cover, highlights of our most recent CEC meeting 2 weeks ago. I've highlighted the 5 things that I'll just mention very briefly. Pam presented to the CEC the OSP proposal. Go ahead and next slide. And all we can say is, wow, it was absolutely took our breath away. What that project is all about, the stories we read. So Yea, verily, we love what's going on there. What I want to mention is the Company Coordinators Network, I'm sure you're aware, is a parallel organization to your LOC network. Every company has a coordinator, and we have 4 regimental leads. I'll just mention, you got Jenny in First Reg. We got Jim Fitch is our regimental lead in First Reg. Over on the ladies' side, you got Lynn Richardson in Second Reg. We have George Matroka is our regimental lead. Third Reg is Sheila, of course, and over on the guy side, Kevin Benson. And in Fourth Reg, Mary Lou, and on our side, it's Bill Woodson. And those 4 guys, like your 4 lady regimental leaders, do the heavy lifting. And one of the thing, and they all report to Skip Tierno, who is our assistant vice president. And the one thing that they're doing right now as we speak is they're preparing a class-wide Zoom call for December 18th to review where we are on the 50th reunion. So we encourage your husband to participate in that Zoom call. You're welcome to participate as well to get the latest, greatest information about the reunion. On the fundraising, as you may recall, you guys have been remarkably generous in contributing to the class fund for our 50th gift. We have, by virtue of the pledges that are out there, we have achieved the goal. Doesn't mean we're going to slow down. We've still got another West Point Challenge coming up and more, but the key is fulfilling the pledges. And there has been training on QCDs. If you don't know what that means, it's qualified charitable distribution. It's a very tax efficient way to fulfill your pledge to West Point. So I'll just leave it out there. All the training's been done with the guys, and a QCD is a great tool to fulfill a pledge. Okay, next item is the 50th Howitzer Project. On our side, it's being led by Tim Flanagan and Andy Lamb. But our critical long pole in the tent, as they say, is getting our biographies in. So our stories, more or less, to go with yours. And December 13th is the deadline. So if your guy hasn't yet submitted his bio, beat him over the head. Encourage him to get his bio done by December 13th. Thank you very much. And then finally, as you can see, everything's now focusing on that amazing 50th reunion coming up in May of 27. But I just want to emphasize that that's part 2, right? Part 1 of the 50th reunion is next November, Army Air Force version 6. Thank you, Pam.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that's all I have.
Well,
Steve.
thank you, Steve. And I have just a couple things, and we have to take our picture. This is how we looked at happy
Go back.
hour. We looked great, right? And so while we look at happy hour, Cindy, do you tell us how we are supposed? Cindy, how are we supposed to look at January the 11th?
Okay, so we are doing an official Army New Year's reception. So we are going to come dressed in our finest for our happy hour on December 11th. You may have sweatpants on the bottom half of you, but glitz and glam on the top half of you.
Okay, so that picture will look glam, and it's like we used to look when we had to show up on New Year's morning at the commander's house.
Dress blues and tennis shoes.
White gloves.
All right, and then here is the ladies at Army Air Force, and thanks to the team that did that. It was a wonderful time, and it does take all of us to do what we do. And so the team out in Colorado really are going to make the ladies group and the guys here at West Point have an even more challenging time. But those links will be talked about and out at the end of February. We have one more thing to do, and you know what it is. And Lynn Richardson doesn't like it because we're on 2 screens. So we're going to smile twice. That's how we take attendance. And on 3, screen 1, 1, 2, 3. All right. And smile a grin. Screen 2. 1, 2, 3. And you guys are wonderful. Thank you. I kept you 3 minutes late. I apologize. I'll give it back to you in 2026 So
Merry Christmas,
Thanks,
everybody.
Pam.
Merry
Christmas, everybody.
Happy
Bye-bye.
New Year.
Merry Christmas.
See you
Bye.
January
See
11th.
you next
Bye
year.
bye.